get this one started. The ball on the tee. We're set for football. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And they're going to have a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. And taken at the 46. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bears take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now Trubisky to throw on 2nd. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked by Brandon Williams. And he'll actually lose about 7 yards on the return, but they have possession of the football on the turnover.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, They gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Khalil Mack's starting to get a really big-time reputation as a pass rusher, and rightly so. So explosive off the edge getting to the quarterback. But he doesn't neglect his run duties as well. How about that tackle right there? Such a package he has, able to play the run and the pass so well.
Here's Ryan Quigley now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get first. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here's Jackson. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And it'll be a short field for the Bears as they take over 1st and 10. Onto the field now come the Bears. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
18.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down. Now the pitch to Freeman. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now third down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Cardinals in possession of the football, but they face a 2nd and long to start things out. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now Rosen back into his end zone. Caught on the left side, Fitzgerald. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They were looking for a little spark and some breathing room. They got it right there, a gain of 14 and a first down. And now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10.
Gone! Here we go now. 3-19.
Rosen on 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Fitzgerald. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the 1st. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. first down carry here for Johnson. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. Room to run inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. Give him 16 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not an ideal spot to be on 1st down, but I love that the play caller did not immediately abandon the running game and say, okay, we've got to throw it in order to pick it up. Stayed with the run, was rewarded with a big-time pickup. Now they're in 2nd and manageable.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Rosen. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And taking it across midfield and in. Inside the 45. Freeman again, a first down carry. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Let's go. 18.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. An extra DB added here for the Cards on 3rd.
Blitzer play coverage.
2 minutes remain in a scoreless first half. More from the desert after this. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Gotta go.
Here's Trubisky. 20. This is caught by Jackson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. And a big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. The Bears on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
18. Ran, go.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he was very fortunate there to get out of his end zone. He maybe got back to the 2-yard line. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The Cardinals on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defenses have obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of an advantage on offense. Is it through a big chunk play that they haven't seen before? Or is it just running your regular offense and running it better, trying to create an opportunity?
We'll see which avenue they choose to go down. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
You see it? You see it?
Third quarter starts with a run by Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, Trubisky. He goes full extension, and he's got it. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now Trubisky to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 47. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage with a flag down here to boot. So they may back up further. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following the sparkling display of footwork. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. All right, now, look at 56. Look at...
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of 11, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a 1st down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a 3rd down.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He'll buy some time right. And his first throw here is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, And we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Online, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
Lock in, lock in.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Got some real estate inside the 30. The 20. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big run there. 29 yards and a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there, just one big carry.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Devontae Freeman, 14 yards, and the Bears are in for 6. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offense.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Rosen looking to throw. David Johnson here on the catch. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Cardinals on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Hot! Hot!
Back to throw. Knight. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Here's Rosen to throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting to drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They're excited about where they are in this game.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
And now the Cardinals going to use another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Second and 10 now. It's Trubisky. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Brandon Williams. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
This is 3rd and goal, still looking for the first points of the game. Now this time, Rosen will throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. As his guys are in for 6. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from grabbing the lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Campbell. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That will be their 3rd and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 29. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Now a handoff. Johnson. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They go to Johnson again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the others. That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big gain of 38 there on 3rd down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's going to be met behind the line of scrimmage and taken down. And a penalty flag is going to come out on top of it. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard run. Leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up. Here comes a big one as this crowd gets up making some noise. It's 3rd and short. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. A handoff, Devontae Freeman. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. Now Freeman, he's been busy today. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And oh no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
They'll run here with Freeman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. He's going to get it running right. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
You got to think this is likely 4-down territory anyway, but they'll try to punch it in now on 3rd and goal. Back to throw. And this is caught. He's got it for a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, it's all going to come down to a 2-point conversion.
We'll break down the touchdown later. It's 2-point conversion time. Go to your script, pick your play, and go for it.
Listen to this crowd now. Their guys need a stop on this 2-point conversion.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. A crushing blow there as they cannot tie the game. Now the focus shifts to can they get the onside kick and have a miracle happen.
And they have to have that miracle play that they've been working on, that they've designed. You don't really just draw one up now. You've had different onside kicks. Do they have that one weak point in the defense that they can exploit because they have to have the ball back?
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. 2 timeouts remaining defensively, but that shouldn't make much difference right here.
It really shouldn't, but a lot of coaches look at it similar to baseball with the intentional walk.
Always bringing in other sports.
Always, hey, listen, think about the intentional walk, right? What if one gets past the catcher? What if he uncorks a wild one and now you still have an opportunity? That's why they like to use them all the way through.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Arizona, a win's a win as they eke out the 2-point victory to take the season opener. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew,